Are you exactly where you thought you'd be 10 years ago? Sitting pretty and challenging, all dressed up and full of dreams. 27 at the bar with a drink in hand, not too far away from where you grew up, fucked up, lived it up, and never go away.
Sweat trickles down in waterfalls. Bodies fly towards you. This is what it's like getting up close to Post Nothing.
Oh, look at you, you're already in the air.
Backed by 4 other bands, the show was supposed to be their last, but was only the first in an effort to increase political involvement across their community.
Already in it. We were billing it as our last show, and we were more than ready to release the show, or release the album, put on the show, and kind of just put everything behind us. But it felt really irresponsible to not use the little platform that we have to try and get people registered to vote, to try and make sure that terrible policy changes don't go into effect that, you know, would otherwise affect, I don't know, all of us around here. I mean, all the people that are surrounding us right now, all the people at this show.
We have a voter registration table outside. If you haven't registered to vote and you're of age to do so, please, please do so. The midterms are coming up. I'm not about to preach your ass for anything because we're here for a rock and roll show. But I will tell you this much. If I see even just one more ballot filled out in that box, you will make my day even better than it already is because you guys have been fucking incredible so far.
People need to express themselves, and for us, it's always been music. So it's like we get really stoked because like all these bands that are playing, like they're kids. Like. We didn't want to be too preachy about it. Like we're not trying to push our ideals onto people. We're just trying to get people to like be involved more than like believe in what we believe in. So that's what we're trying to do with the.
Word by word, each lyric is a line on the spirit of today's activism and the cost it can take on one's mind.
The whole idea with New Emotional Fascism was we wanted to put out an album that brought attention to the idea that you can't save the world and save yourself at the same time. And you have the idea, one, that you need to take care of yourself and do right by yourself. You have the idea, two, that you need to do right for your community. Those two things sometimes are exclusive. You can't help yourself and the community at the same time always. Sometimes helping the community comes against your best interest, the idea of mental health and making sure that you're okay at the end of the day. And sometimes you want to help the community the best you can, and it breaks you down. Sometimes it puts you, especially in the lines of actual political activism, in actual danger.
Music was the only remedy for this mental fracture, and with the help of some friends, it could help mend the broken places.
This is a song about being queer.
So I went to my first show about like almost 2 years ago now, and it was like just an experience that to be honest wasn't great, but it was a good entry into like something far bigger than I was. And you know, being in the scene, it's kind of more of a cathartic experience in the sense that I'm able to just talk to so many people and just like learn about other people, you know.
The whole idea is that with music in general, you're expressing yourself, and everybody has different ways of expressing themselves. Political activism is in itself a form of expression. And it's just as much of a viable form of expression as complaining about the girl that broke your heart. Anything that you write about that rings as sincere is something that's worth singing about. And for us right now, there's been better times in the country to start bands, but there's been no better time to have as big of a platform as possible with the internet, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and being able to put out this record that also speaks about things that we care deeply about.